Live, we are live and in living color. We're going to be talking about this fool in question. Here he is, abruptly interjecting um, against Judge Darrell to explain a legal issue. Now, y'all know every time he supposedly had an issue, he, meaning the fool in question, Darrell Edward Brooks, he knew that he never possessed an inkling of a legal matter. That was another attempt to halt what was happening, what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen is the inevitable. Come on, touch your neighbor and say the inevitable is destined to happen. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Irrespective of your delay. Oh, I need you to high five your neighbor and say it might be delayed, but it sure wasn't denied. He wasn't denied 7 life sentences. I know that's right. But here is another display of Darrell Brooks in opposition in light of decorum, the court, the respect for the court, and what he is asked to do. Let's dive in.
Evidentiary phase of this trial. Call your next
I'm
witness.
asking you to address a legal matter, as you said that those have to be taken up outside of the jury.
I will do that at the next break.
There was a legal matter that needed to be addressed beforehand,
I
so
will
we
do
don't
it.
have to take up time,
I will do
valuable
it at the
time
next break.
afterwards to address something that needs to be addressed now. That way,
Mr.
the
Brooks,
court and you
for the
yourself are
third
on
time,
notice.
I will address it at the next break. Call your next witness, please.
Are you asking me?
I'm directing you to call your next witness.
Your Honor, we're not going to move past this, seeing as how you took an oath.
See, now watch this. Now you notice that he's going off the rails at this point, right in front of those jurors. Now, as an umpire, if I had have been presiding over that case and he was doing this, I would simply have him removed and explain to the jurors as to why. Since he's trying to make a big scene in front of the jurors so that way they can have some type of sympathy against him, because that's really what he's doing. If I was the umpire, I would explain to them why he's being removed. See, if you notice, she was really protecting him a lot by excusing the juror so that way she can reprimand him outside of the presence of the juror. But see, he wanted to play a game. And if you wanted to play that game in front of the jurors to try to make it appear that I'm being unfair, then how about I keep these jurors in here and let them know why you're in the next courtroom? I mean, inevitably, they already know. You know they already know. And this is not doing Darrell any favors by acting this way in front of them. And so if I was the umpire, I will go right along with the game. You want to play this game? Don't touch your neighbor and say, 2 can play this game. You didn't hear me. 2 can play this game. Why do you think he invariably said or asked for the grounds when he knows that she's not required to state the grounds? He did that in front of the jurors. Watch this, playing a game so they can feel like, well, you know what? Maybe she isn't treating him fair. She won't even answer his question. Why do you think he kept saying, is that a tacit agreement? Well, he kept saying tack it. He was saying it wrong. Trying to make it seem like she wasn't answering him. He was playing a game. But we know ultimately that game turned into a fire. A fire. Let's dive back in.
To protect the Constitution, I have your oath. I have a copy of your oath.
Her oath is absolutely irrelevant. And this is why I would not be entertaining this. Why is she letting him do this? He would have been removed right then, because this is absolutely deflection. It don't have anything to do with him supposed to be calling his witness. What does her oath have to do with Mr. Brooks calling his witness? Absolutely nothing. You want to play this game in front of the jurors? I'll play this game right with you. I'd have him removed right in front of them. Right then and there. I would not be entertaining this.
Oath
I know that's right.
right here. The oath that you took, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks,
That's
I'd like
irrelevant.
to continue with testimony.
To-
We have witnesses waiting for you.
Thank
Please
you.
call your next witness.
The oath that you swore to
Take
protect
a
the Constitution.
kick him
you are
out,
now
Judge.
not
Come
doing.
on.
Mr.
So
Brooks,
you're
Make no
going
call your
damn
against
next
your
sense.
witness,
sworn
please.
oath. You're going against your sworn oath.
That's irrelevant. Shut up.
As you notify the jury every time when there's legal matters, we take them outside of their presence.
And we're going to
So now he's trying to make her look bad by making it seem like she might be hiding something by taking the jury out of the presence. Well, okay, with that logic, let's keep the jurors there, and I'll remove you right in front of them because they see exactly what you're doing right now, which absolutely has nothing to do with you calling your witness. Oh my, you know what? Listen, I said this before, but sometimes when I watch this trial, for me to feel better. For me to feel better, I got to always go back to the verdicts. Oh, that's my favorite part of the trial, child. You didn't hear me. That's my favorite part of the trial. Whenever I want to feel better, I know that's right. That's when I be looking for the verdicts. Y'all ain't saying that. I know that's right. When them verdicts get in. And then you see him starting to become weaker and weaker and weaker every time she starts to read the verdicts. It feels like a Tylenol to me. I feel better. That's probably what I will do at the conclusion of this video because this fool is getting me upset and she needs to remove him.
testimony right now. Call your next
I merely
witness.
seek to put you on notice on the record for something that needs to be brought to your attention and to the court's attention.
And I will address it at
That's
the
what
next
I'm
break.
merely seeking to do. It's something that shouldn't.
You're
have to
merely
wait
making
until
yourself
the
look like a fool.
time later. At least if I notify you right from the onset,
You are merely an idiot. Is that fair to say?
you'll already know what we're looking at, and we can nip it in the bud before.
We're looking at a fool, a stupid, dumb, foolish, sorry excuse for a man. That's what we're looking at. You don't think the jurors can see that as well? That's why one of them flipped you off.
Everything starts to roll.
Mr. Brooks, I will address it at the next break.
He's
If you
wasting
want to
time.
write something down, that's fine, and give it to my clerk. I have nothing in writing. I know there's witnesses available and ready
Exactly.
to go. Call your next witness.
Your Honor, Your Honor, you have to answer this.
See, he is conspicuously stalling at this point. This right here is a direct indication that he is not willing to comply what she's asking him to do. How long has she been asking him to call his next witness and he keeps deflecting? Come on. This is visible. The jury know what's going on. The judge don't have to remove them to say anything outside of the present. No, say it right in front of them because they see what he's doing. Y'all know he doesn't have a legal issue. I remember, and I don't mean to take up too much time, but I remember I was looking at a part of the segment in that trial where he supposedly had a legal issue that he needed to address. And the legal issue was so stupid that it did not warrant for the judge to excuse these jurors to explain that mess that he had. He wanted to know why the state wouldn't call witnesses sometimes. Now, what does that have to do with anything? If that's their strategy, then that's their strategy. How is that a legal issue? And then the judge finally determined that it was not a legal issue. So she wanted to bring the jurors back in. And so he's doing everything he can, not only to delay, not only to thwart, not only to make a mockery, not only to make this a caricature, but he's doing this conspicuously in front of the people who he needs or who he's alleging have the power to nullify. Y'all really think the jurors is going to nullify this? He must be crazy. I told you he's insane. He's insane. At the very least.
Question. That's you're
Mr.
making a
Brooks,
judicial determination
call
to
your
rush
next
me to
witness,
judgment.
please.
BS.
You're rushing me to judgment, Your Honor.
There's no rush to judgment
There
here,
is a rush
sir.
to judgment if you won't address a legal issue that I informed you that I had.
Even if it was a rush to judgment, wasn't he in jail for a whole year before trial started? You're right, right. We done delayed it for a whole year. So let's get with it. So even if they was rushing it, so what? They ain't got nothing to do with what you did down at that parade. That's what you're deflecting. It's not what the court is doing. It's not what Judge Darrell was doing. It's not the strategy of the state. It's what you did at that parade. And you know time is running out. That's why you delaying. Ain't nobody stupid but you and your mother. If they think we dumb enough to fall for his antics and her antics, because she was complicit as well, as you already know. I know that's right, because birds of a feather flock together. The problem is you got two dumb birds, him and his mother. Ooh, you know what I mean.
Legal issues that needed to be addressed before you just run right past that, Your Honor. You're a public
Mr.
servant.
Brooks,
Are you not a
it is
public servant?
9:37.
Right, all this time he's
Call
wasting.
It is
your-
8:37.
Sorry, 8:37. You're right. Call.
It don't
next
even
witness.
matter.
Your
It
Honor,
don't even matter if
you're
he was
rushing
right. The
judgment.
point is,
There's no rush.
hold on, excuse me. It don't even matter if he was right. That's just like, I think Attorney Baisley, no, not Attorney Baisley, Attorney Opera had got the counts wrong, and he corrected her on the counts. Like, so what? You're right. You're still going to jail. So he might be right about the time, but she's really right about him wasting all this time, because how many times has she asked him incessantly to call your next witness? Come on, y'all.
To judgment. Call your next
We
witness,
had a
please.
legal matter that needed
No, we
to be
do not.
addressed, and I'm merely trying
It's
to
And I'm
notify the court.
Telling
at
you
the
I'm denying the
onset-
request to address it at this moment.
Exactly.
Call your next witness.
You said what?
I'm denying your request to address it at this moment. Please
How
call.
how can you deny
please.
something?
Why don't she just say, oh my God, see, this is why, I guess that's true that everybody, every job is not for everybody, because I'll tell you something, if I was that judge, I just would not be entertaining this. I would not be wasting. How much time has she wasted already? What, almost 10, 15 minutes asking him to call his next witness? I wouldn't be doing it. I'm sorry. I am sorry. That's ridiculous. That she's taking all this time in front of the jurors telling him to do something that he is visibly trying to thwart. And at that point, he would have forfeited his right to call a witness. And if he argues, it tries to challenge me on that, guess what? He's removed. He's removed, because this case is not about the umpire versus the judge. This is about what he did at that parade. All right. And again, I've said this before. I really hated that Judge Darrell, the majority of the time, more often than not, went down that tangent with him. And that wasn't helping, but delaying it even more. So now everything is dilatory. Everything is slow. Everything is right to his liking. No different than he wanted his own sentencing to be delayed, because he felt he needed more time to prepare. Prepare for what? You ain't no attorney no more. The verdicts are already in. What you need to be prepared. Prepared for what? Talking about he needed more time. And Judge Darrell, thank you for not feeding into that or going down that rabbit hole in terms of delay or delaying this sentencing, because she did not have a dilatory response concerning that, because she knew that this case was a very important sentence for him. This sentence was very important. It was beyond what he ever done in Milwaukee. because he did something way beyond what he did, which was what? Homicide after homicide after homicide with a dangerous use, with use of a dangerous vehicle. So what he mean he need more time because he got other cases going on? Child, they can put that on hold.
Right.
Let's get this homicides. Let's get this together. I know that's right.
And we're supposed to do before
Mr.
the
Brooks.
judgment comes
Man,
out.
shut up.
Call your witness.
I'm not seeking to be
Shut your
disruptive.
mouth.
I'm just seeking to understand why we do this
Everyone
every day.
is in the courtroom waiting for you. Please call your
Your
next
Honor,
He's
witness.
putting on a show.
Every single day. We've done it every single day.
Judge Darrell, you need to remove this idiot out. I would do it. You know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. He's trying to do this visibly in front of the jurors. That's exactly what he's doing. I can't.
So I'm simply trying to make sure that the court is notified of
Put it
things
in
that need to
writing,
be
hand it to the
discussed.
bailiff, and if I deem it important enough to
I wouldn't
interrupt
even-
the witness, I will, but call
Watch
your
this.
next witness.
How can I call a witness?
You notice every time, like when he says something and then she tries to address it, then he'll keep extending it rather than getting back to the substance of where we need to be at. He needs to call his witness. Okay, he's failing to do that. All right, now he's forfeited his right to call a witness. That's simple. Why are you going down the tangent with him? For what? Because he's not going to stop. He's going to keep going. As long as you feed into Mr. Brooks, he's going to keep leading you down that path. To now, we ain't even talking about what he did at the parade. To now, we somewhere else that's irrelevant. He was doing the same thing in the interrogation room. That carpenter had to get him back. Wait a minute, you keep going round and around and around and around. No! The hell with that. He should have been ousted at that point. His right to call a witness should have been forfeited. Because we wasted 20 minutes. And he bringing up some BS.
And write something down and do.
You can take
Shut
a minute
up!
to write down what it is. I'm not asking you
why
to.
I needed to be a
Judge
judge.
Judge Darrell, stop telling him to write it down. You already said that. Don't say any more. All you need to do is remove him. Remove him. Because the more you respond, he's going to keep coming up with more and more and more and more. It's becoming circular.
Mr. Brooks,
That way
the
it
jury is
doesn't become an
remaining in
issue.
this courtroom. Call your next witness, please.
Your Honor, you're rushing me to judgment.
There's no rush to judgment, sir.
Are you not a public servant, Your Honor?
Mr.
Do
Brooks,
I not have your
does that have
oath
to do with
of
under
office? Three of them.
90611, this court has the authority.
She doesn't even have to tell him what the court is. Just remove him, Your Honor. I mean, what she's saying is right, but that doesn't apply to him. He don't care. Otherwise, he wouldn't be disruptive. It wouldn't be cataclysmic. He knows he's supposed to follow the decorum of the court. But that doesn't apply to him. That's not his game plan. He's not coming in there with that. He's coming in there with the intent to disrupt, with the intent to get you upset so that way he can win this on the technicality. He knows what he's doing. There's a mixture of insanity as well as him knowing what he's doing, because he knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing Russian roulette, isn't he? When he found out that wasn't a safe game to play, was it?
As you know,
Do I not have,
call.
is this not a copy, or I asked for certified copies that you said on record that you would not provide for no good reason?
You don't think all this is getting on the jurors' nerves, and the jury has to sit through all of this? You don't think that they're pissed off right now, and he's doing this in front of them? What is wrong with him?
That these are three
Sir,
of your
you are
oaths
doing this,
right
and I've
here.
repeatedly told you, you can see the jury's here.
You're
You're doing this.
Listen,
we need to go
I'm
forward.
I'm not attempting to delay the proceedings.
take
I'm not attempting to be disruptive. I'm merely trying to notify Your Honor.
I
in the
dare her
court
to answer
for the
this.
record before
I dare the judge to answer this right. She does not. Judge Darrell, do not even respond to this. Remove this idiot out. I would do it right in front of the jurors. I'm pretty sure that's what they want you to do. I know you trying to protect his rights, but the hell with that. The hell with all of that. You want to play this game? That's exactly what it is. And she called him out for it for being a game. And that's what he want to try to be all serious. Oh, I don't take this as a game. Child, you could have fooled me. Could have fooled me.
Hand. That way, everyone
Get this idiot out of the courtroom.
Of the issues that need to be taken up, instead of waiting until a break or
oh my God! Now we're going down a tangent.
Of that nature, which kills
Shut up!
It's my authority. It's the courtroom that I'm presiding over. I'm not gonna.
Judge Darrell, stop saying it's your authority. Okay, we know that he doesn't care. Just remove him. Get him out. She's trying to keep up protocol. Nah, let's put protocol aside and get rid of this animal out. Get him out. The hell with protocol right now. He want to play this game. Play it with him. And kick his ass out. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Oh, see, this is why I'm always on a sabbatical, y'all. And it's funny because today is the Sabbath that I'm recording this. But I'm usually on a sabbatical when it comes to talking to him. Why? Because it angers me. It angers me. That's why I told y'all my favorite part of the trial is when come time for them verdicts. Watch this. That didn't take long to come in.
Address that at this moment.
Is this not your oath?
I'm not going to answer.
Did you not swear as a
public servant
that you would protect the
Mr.
United
Brooks,
States
oh my God.
Did you not do that?
Oh my
3
God.
times.
This is.
I have all of them here. Your oath, Your Honor.
Oh my God.
As a public servant. And
Mr.
now you're
Brooks,
rushing me to judgment
there's no
when
rush
I'm
to
doing
judgment.
things lawfully by trying to notify you and notify the court of issues that need to be addressed
Mr. Brooks,
beforehand.
we are in
These
the
were issues-
evidentiary phase of this.
I would have been like, okay, we're gonna have to have him removed. I've incessantly asked him to call his witness. We've wasted almost 20 minutes, and he's failing to comply. And so now he has forfeited his right by his conduct. And I would keep it going. And I probably would have left him in that neighboring courtroom the entire time just to keep a handle, just to keep control. I mean, under 906.11, the judge has the right to control the mood. All right, the mood and order in that courtroom. And if there's any disruptions, she has the inherent right to have him removed, irrespective of what Mr. Brooks believes. And that's why he keeps trying to challenge her or impugn her authority. And then she keeps responding to it. And so now we're wasting all this time. There's a whole lot of things, that she really doesn't have to entertain. Really. Because I would not be entertaining this foolishness.
Trial.
Your Honor,
Call your next witness.
You're rushing me to judgment, Your Honor.
Oh my God.
And I object
I'm
to that.
aware of 3 witnesses who are here.
I object
Call
to
one
that.
of them.
Why don't
Your Honor, I object.
Judge Darrell, why don't you just forfeit his right? How many times have you asked him to call his next witness? How many times?
That.
Your objection's noted.
And I want a legal reconsideration of your ruling. If not, I reject that ruling and take exception to that ruling.
I understand.
I request a legal or factual basis for your ruling, a written judicial finding of fact and conclusion of law for your ruling. And if not that, an interlocutory, declaratory appeal for this matter. And if not, these needs need to be stayed until this matter is before a adjudicated court of competent jurisdiction, because we have not proven jurisdiction in this court as of yet. Subject matter jurisdiction has not even been proven on the record, Your Honor. I don't even know the true nature and cause of the charges against.
That's a lie. Now he's lying. He's like he doesn't know the true nature and cause, but yet he was in preliminary hearing where Attorney Perry it was already explained to his counsel what those charges were. He knew exactly. He knows exactly this is, and I know those jurors. Oh my God! Can watch this. If the juror did blow him off, okay, with the finger, my question is, can you blame the juror? Can you blame them? Can you blame the juror for doing that? And so, do you think they appreciate what this is going on? She's wasted all this time. She should have had him removed right then and there. I would come on. Or is she strategically doing this to help him dig his own grave? Because that's what's apparently happening.